Hey guys, so this is me attempting to draw my life, and I'm a pretty good drawer, but just wanted to show you guys where I am from. I'm from that midden state. If you guys do not know, that's Detroit, Michigan, and I was born in December, and I definitely hate the cold. But I was fortunate enough to have both of my parents my entire life. My father passed away about 4 years ago, but my dad had a long ponytail when I was younger, actually closer to when I grew up. He still always had that hair. And my mom, I love my mom. She is the most soft-spoken, goofy woman I had ever met in my life. And it was just never a dull moment in the house. And I just loved both of my parents. They did a lot to make sure that I lived, me and my brothers, a very comfortable life and actually enjoyed ourselves to be kids. So I learned a lot from both of my parents, and that's me. My real name is Nekia. Beauty is what my husband calls me, but we'll talk about him later on. But I do have an older brother who was from my father's previous relationship, and he's about a year older than me. And then my closest brother, who is 4 years under me, is Kevin, and he just got out of the Marines, so he's going to into motorcycle bike club or something. I don't know what he's doing, but Marcus came around 12 years after, and I definitely remember when my mom just broke out in the car and said, "I'm pregnant, and here's Marcus." And Jacob, who is the very youngest, is a result of unfortunate infidelity on my father's part, but hey, we all ended up being a very happy family. I remember when I was really young, we had a park that was across the street from where we lived, and my dad would take me there and he would push me on the swings. And one time he had pushed me so hard, and I don't know if he pushed me off or I just lost balance or got scared, but I ended up on the ground, and he was so scared that he told me not to tell my mom, and that was the funniest thing I could remember. Another really funny story, when I was really young, we lived in a two-family flat, and we lived upstairs, and next door we lived next to some really good friends of my parents, and they had kids that lived next door. And I had on some very cute white sandals. I loved these sandals, and they were from Payless. And I walked across and went up the stairs and somehow ended at the bottom of the stairs on my face with those Payless shoes. But anyway, growing up was very fun, I guess, for me. I aggravated the heck out of my brother Kevin, but we became very, very close because we're 4 years apart. I found myself always wanting to protect him. And as we got older, he became my protector in high school. In grade school, I played the violin. I was very good at it because I really do love music. And I might as well called myself a hermit when I was very young because I enjoyed drawing, sketching, whatever it was that required a pen, crayons, paper, it didn't matter. I enjoyed doing this, and I really enjoyed drawing fashion ideas. So as a kid, I kind of almost left myself, locked myself in the room and drew a lot. And as I got a little bit older before high school, I always carried my little brother Marcus around me because he was the cutest little baby to me. And most people thought he was my son, but God no, he was just my little brother, and I liked babying him. My first experience with hair was when my mom did my hair for a ceremony and put two big buns on the side of my head, and I just hated it because there were pictures being taken at the ceremony because I was receiving an award for academic excellence when I was in grade school. But as I got older, my dad actually started doing my hair. Mind you, he had long hair, so he knew how to take care of his, so he took care of mine. And I think that's when I received my first perm. I really can't remember. But for those of you who live in Detroit, you probably might be shocked to find out that I went to McKenzie High School. Yes, I did. That ratchet school, but it didn't matter. I really didn't care for high school all that much, but we did have a Dairy Queen that was right next door that all of the seniors would go to and have fun at. But growing up, I did acquire a lot of male friends, really good friends of mine, Mark, who is Mike's cousin, And actually, my first love was Kevin, and I don't want to say his full name, but he was my first love, and I care for him deeply, and we're still really good friends. And then there was Albert, who was the craziest person, I think, in the entire group. He was just weird as we were growing up, but me and my brother, we all had the same friends, so whoever was his friends were my friends. And the only female friend that I will claim to this day is my best friend Stephanie. I met her in high school, and we both were, I guess I could say she was more mean than I was. I was very quiet, but she brought out a lot in me, and I really love her. We have a long distance friendship, but she is the only best friend I will ever claim, and I love her to death. And if you're watching this, Stephanie, you better call me. I know I need to call you too. But during high school, I had been in the Detroit Institute of Art twice, so I've had my artwork showed in the museum twice. Yay me. Jobs that I've had were mostly in retail growing up, and McDonald's, which only lasted for like 6 weeks because of prom, and I hated that job. And then I was a shampoo girl at a salon that was located in a Chinese clothing store. But that's when I cut my hair very short. But right before prom, well, actually the day of prom, I decided to go and get my first sew-in weave. Don't know what the heck I was thinking, but this guy had pump waves, which was nice back then, but he sucked at this technique. I don't know if it was his first time or what, but he was just not getting it for me. So I definitely watched him through the mirror to see what he was doing. And I went home with only 2 hours left to get dressed. I redid my entire head, got dressed, and was ready for my prom. And at this time, I was with Darrell for my prom, and I had to go to 2 proms that day. So not only did I went to Mackenzie's prom, I also went to Mumford's, and I think this is in 1997. I'm not that old, but it makes me feel old. But my hair was laid by me. I was very proud of myself. Now, I went to Michigan State University, and yes, my boyfriend Darrell did follow me, and we both started off in civil engineer. We had a really good relationship at first, but it just started to become really toxic after a while. So just with some soul searching, I was like, bye, I can't work with this anymore. Civil engineer was not my passion. I don't know how or why I started that, but I just went on ahead and I went into interior design, which is my second love, I guess I should say. And then after that was not too much fun for me, I just decided to go into fashion design. And at this time, I had met my third boyfriend, and his name was Curtis. And he was a really cool guy. He is still a good friend, and he is married to the most beautiful woman right now. It's not me, but I am very proud of him. I remember right before I graduated high school, well, no, graduated Michigan State University, I had interviewed my now friend Linda Curry at, she was a part of 4-Year Image with Hudson's, but it was called Select by Marshall Fields. And after interviewing her, they had called me that day, and I got hired to be a personal shopper and image consultant. And this was right before they changed to Marshall Fields. So I had been doing that for over 7 or 8 years by then. And at one point in my life, I had my dream career. I had the guy that I thought I was going to marry, which was Curtis, and I just still felt empty for some apparent reason. And someone walked up to me and asked me did I wanted to have a Bible study, and I accepted it, and I love it. I love the truth. Now, unfortunately, this caused me and my then boyfriend to break up, but hey, I'm obsessed and I love the truth. In 2003, I started teaching, and I started teaching fashion sketching, go figure. Something that I did as a child, I ended up teaching in the college level, and yes, I know everything about sewing, pattern drafting, the business of fashion, all of it. I am very educated in it, and these are the schools that I have taught at. Now, during the, I think it was 5+ years, maybe 5 or 6 years that I had been single, I had engrossed myself in ballroom dancing. So every city style ballroom dancing that's out there I can do. Chicago step, any and all of it. And I kind of went back to my passion and something that kind of helped me through college, which I didn't mention earlier. Yes, I am a pole dance instructor at Vixen Fitness, and I did record a lot of videos during that time, and I still do. If you guys are interested in looking at them, I'll link that that website, well, that YouTube page, in the description box. But just going back, there was this friend of mine that I mentioned to you guys that was the most craziest, goofy guy could ever meet, and I always thought something was wrong with him. But he used to draw in color with me, and to make a long story short, when he came back to Michigan, he came to my house, he never left, and we got married May 18th of 2011. There was a point in our marriage that he had to go to Kuwait for a year, and that was a very tough time for me and for him as well, because when he came back, he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, and that was very hard on us. But we are a very happy couple because we were friends for a long time. But during that time he was in Kuwait, I started my YouTube page, which you guys now know is BeautyCutright. And my nickname is Beauty because that's what he calls me, and my last name is Cutright because that's his last name. So I started to cut my hair off because I was tired of perming it, and it was just an epiphany. And I went natural, and that was the best thing that I could have ever done. And I decided to record it on YouTube along with the other natural talents that I have. So with you guys, I have learned so much. My channel has grown so large, so fast, and I'm pretty sure it's due to the fact that I actually care about what you guys watch. I actually care about what you guys learn, and I think it has a lot to do with me just being a teacher, but not just a teacher who cares. So I love to make wigs. I'm just getting into makeup. I'm trying to do more fashion videos, but you guys have been so awesome and so supportive. And I just became style hall partner actually in July of this year, so woo, happy for me. But I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for even watching this video. I hope this tells you a little bit more about me. And if you guys got any questions, because I couldn't really give my whole entire life story in this video, but if you guys got questions for me, just leave them in the comment box and I'll do a video on that. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Loves and kisses. Thank you guys so much. Bye.